Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan Gheesling. Welcome to a little bit different of a video. Instagram just came out with a new feature where you could ask questions via your Instagram stories. So a bunch of questions came in. I didn't get a chance to get to them. So I wanted to do a quick video, see how many of these we can answer. We'll keep a little tally exactly how many questions. So I'm going to just do a speed Q&A as humanly fast as possible so we can get through all these. I answered a bunch of these on my Instagram stories at instagram.com/DanGeesling, but there's a bunch I didn't get to. So I didn't want to leave anyone out. So if people took the time to write a question, I wanted to do my best to answer. So this is like an ask me almost anything, so I may just blow past a few, but at the same time, let's see how many we can get in. All right, number one, Nuclear Salvation said, what's your favorite Kanye song? Right off the top of my dome, I have to say Through the Wire. Kanye's most underrated song, I would have to say Streetlights. How am I enjoying Big Brother 20 so far? Keegan McDowell. I've seen like an episode and a half, but I watch the seasons through Twitter, so that's how I get updates, and I'll watch the big shows. What was your favorite season you played on? I enjoyed both in different ways. Who's my favorite house guest so far? I like Swaggy C. I like Tyler. What's the best advice I've ever been given? That's from Ryan Hilliard. That's one of the ones I know for sure I answered. But one of the best pieces of advice I got is nothing is ever as good as it seems, and nothing is ever as bad as it seems. It seems a little pessimistic, but it's a good way to kind of stay even Steven throughout. No, where we dropping? Always either Hospy in PUBG or Anarchy Acres in Fortnite. What's the best city in Michigan? Why is it Grand Rapids? The answer's pretty simple. It's Dearborn, Michigan. Hafu or Hofu? It's pronounced Hafu, but it should be spelled Hofu. What's the best thing financially to invest in? I'm not a qualified licensed or SEC regulated investor. It's whatever you're comfortable with. And everything you invest in at the first time is uncomfortable, so it's whatever you like. Is high school as scary as people say it is? Nah, I mean, like, I remember the first week, I was like, man, what is going on? But after that, it's like anything else, you get settled in. Can I go back on Big Brother? No. Favorite Bette Midler movie? The Witches. Who's my favorite house guest? Already answered. I've been watching the World Cup. Nah, I've been watching more NBA Summer League basketball as opposed to the World Cup. That's not a slight against the World Cup. I'm just really into the NBA, thanks to 2K. What game coming out this year am I most excited to stream on Twitch? That's a great question. What am I most excited to stream? I just think off the top of my head, there's a new game coming out called Scum, like in the next month. I wouldn't say I'm the most excited about that. It's just the first one that comes to the top of my dome. What was my favorite part of being on Big Brother? I would have to say just the process of getting on the show and then realizing, something you've always wanted to do. Do you think the game has changed since you play in a good or bad way? I think the game's always changing. Whether it's good or bad, it's completely subjective. I think it's more so on the people that either want it like it how it used to be or want things to change. Kids see ghosts or yay? Yay, that's pretty easy. Although both are pretty good. How to ask Doc Thorin wants to know how to ask questions to people about themselves without avoiding you or looking like a jerk. Well, it's pretty easy to answer the question yourself. If they avoid you, then they're the jerk. But if you ask someone genuine questions and they're avoiding you, then that's not the type of person you want to ask genuine questions. Do I listen to Death Grips? I have no idea who that is. Would you rather have no elbows or no knees? If I had to think about it, I don't know, man. That's a tough question. I would probably have to say no elbows? I don't know. I've never thought about that. Favorite ice cream? Mint chocolate chip. Don't at me. How has having a child changed the way you see the world? I feel like it's more like biological in nature. You just have like innate senses in you that you didn't know were there before. Hey, can I make art for your channel? Yes, the best thing to do is go to our Discord at dangeesling.tv/Discord. Submit it there. I really appreciate when people take the time out to do cool stuff like that. What don't you know about Big Brother? It's a grind, 100%. Best Kanye verse, mayonnaise color whips. Mayonnaise color Benz I push miracle whips. Had to think about that for half a second. When am I joining Austin's WoW Guild? Is it called the Puppers? How did I meet old Ryan Letourneau, aka Northern Lion? There's a whole long story to it, but it comes down to one individual, Mathis Games, or Judge Mathis, or Mike Martin, or host of the Chilluminati podcast, or co-host of the Roundtable podcast, or founder of Lost Initiative. That's the guy. He's responsible for it. Where's Kanye album? I may block you for that question. Just joking. Did I play any sports in high school? Yes, I played baseball 1 year because I was pretty average, and I played football 4 years and ran track 1 year. Any circumstance you go under Big Brother, hey, you know what they say, money talks. Who do I keep in touch with from Big Brother? Memphis I check in with every now and then. I talk to Brittany a little bit, talk to Mike Boogie. Janelle I'll text a little bit during the season. And Kara. I'd say that's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my dome. And I'll text with Derek a little bit. Great question. How would Thon Maker get out of a 20-foot high jail cell made out of cake? One bite at a time. By the way, Thon Maker, center for the Milwaukee Bucks, heated rivalry in our NBA 2K18 series. I like him now. I root for the guy now. I've taken a little break from your channel, Northern Lions. Which channel should I start with? PUBG, I think, is a classic. I think PUBG will go down as one of my favorite series with Team Unity. When's the last time you Dan's missed? Lions or Spartans? What game would I rather watch? That's a tough question. I'd rather go to a Spartans game. I'd rather watch a Lions game on TV. That's a solid answer. Yeet. Can you do some more pack openings on NBA as long as our monies stay afloat? Yeet on Dabule. I don't know what that means. What is my least favorite thing about Big Brother? I'd say the toughest thing is not least favorite, it's just so long. You know, it's preventative to want to do it again. Just because it's so long. How's my relationship with CBS Big Brother at the moment? It's good. You know, there's one of the executive producers I keep in touch with regularly. You know, I'd say we're evolved in a friendship as opposed to like a CBS business relationship. But I'm cool. You know, I know anytime like I want to go back, not like on the show, but if I want to go back and visit, you know, it's cool. It's just a phone call away, which is nice. It's cool. You know, it's I tried to. I don't know why there wouldn't be, you know, a good relationship unless, you know, you salted them somehow. How's your SB looking today? What are some of your favorite Dan memes? I'm just surprised, man. It's like one person did one and then it sprouted. But now I check that subreddit every day. So thank you for that. When am I getting back to Bug Citizen? I see what you did there. I'll check out. I'm gonna do a video on 3.2 here soon. I'll check it out. Favorite Pokemon's Diglett. What's Spanish for the library? El Biblioteca. What's the hardest part about being a dad? That's a good question. I mean, that's a good question. I'd say the toughest thing is like you have like for me, the thing is you have all these goals and things you want to do. I'm saying like stretching out like long term, and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but then there's like a new, more important goal, but you still have the other goals. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's kind of how I do it. It's like you have the biggest life goal is presented to you, but it doesn't, and it's like you have a burning desire to do that, but all of your other goals are still equally acquiescent, if that makes sense. Favorite song from Ye, I'd have to say Track 1. What does Thornforge mean to you? It means an inferior opponent. That's going to take a lot of negotiations and promotions to get into the 12-round Pride Dark Souls fight with him. I think it'll happen, though. What's more important, following your dream or setting yourself up for a stable future? Honestly, if you want me to be real, you can't be negligent about it, right? You know, like if you have a family and stuff, you can't be negligent. But if you have no responsibilities, why do you want a stable future if you're doing something you hate? That's my answer to that. Do I believe jury management should be as big as it is? I don't know. I mean, I think they got to do something. My general thought on that is that, because I've done it both ways, right? You know, I've done it where we've had a couple hours to talk to the jury, and I've done it where you have like 20 minutes. And if you play a simple game, you want a quick jury. If you play a tough game, you want a long jury. So, you know, it depends. You know, my thing is you need to adapt to the game. So if that's how it is, then you better be able to say what you need to say to a short jury. But that's just my thoughts. I don't think it should be one way or another. I just feel like you need to adapt to that. How am I feeling this fine day? Great. I'm great. Great. How are you? Istamer. What's my favorite appetizer? I don't know. I'm a big chicken fingers guy. When you say let's, I say go. Would you ever going back, Big Brother? Already answered. Is Jerry from Big Brother 10 still healthy? Yeah, he texted me on my anniversary a picture of him flexing in front of a mirror and says I didn't forget. And I had to do a double take. I should pull it up. Maybe I'll tweet it out. But he was speaking about, he didn't forget about my anniversary, not necessarily, but he was going to fight me or something. I don't know who Jordan Peterson is. Would I ever go back to teaching? No. But it was an awesome experience. So happy to have done that and learned a lot from it. Top 3 favorite places in the world. I've always wanted to go to Japan for sure. I'd say that's on the top of the donger list. Are you down to play Fortnite Duo sometimes? I don't play a ton of Fortnite, Jacob. But, and Ryan. But I'll tell you what, if you guys watch this video, I would do it. I would 100%. We would squad up for a game. We could set that up. But only them two. Sorry if you didn't dial in for Instagram story. Say, look, you ask a question. The worst thing someone's gonna say is no. Sometimes you'll catch them in the right moment and you say yeah. Would you have relations with a clone of yourself? No. Most inspiring Kanye quote. I posted it on my Instagram. You have to look at it. It's a video. It's too long to say. What other reality shows do you want to be on? Ones that are extremely short. I would do a game show. I would do a game show for sure. Like, not Jeopardy, not Wheel of Fortune, but something where you could go on, have fun, win some monies. This is what gave me the idea to do this. From Daspro. He's part of our Twitch and Discord community. Hey, I hope you're well, but do you mind saving and compiling all your answers and posting them on YT like a Q&A? What a great idea. I'm glad I thought of it myself. I didn't. Daspro, thank you so much. I read that and I'm like, dude, thank you. That's why you are who you are. Who's my favorite NLSS member? All of them. Do you hate that a lot of people still want to talk to you about Big Brother? No, not at all. This is one of the questions I address on Instagram stories. It's like this. If someone takes the time to ask me a question, you know, about the experience I had, you know, I was such a big fan of the show. I had a chance to go on, was fortunate enough to win. So if people have questions, like, I'm excited to answer it for them because I know sometimes it's not easy to ask those questions, but also, like, if I can answer their question or make them laugh or joke around, whether in person or online, then, you know, why wouldn't I do that? The other thing, too, I guess you could say selfishly, is it's like a gateway so that it allows people to say, oh, hey, what are you up to now? And then there's a, you know, there's a small chance, but definitely a chance to be like, oh, you like, what do you do online now? Oh, you have a Twitch show 3 times a week on Twitch. You post gaming videos on YouTube. Cool, I'm into that, too. So, but bottom line, it's an opportunity to make someone smile or laugh, so I was do that. When's the last time I talked to JoJo? And I don't know. I don't know. I haven't talked to a lot of people since the show was over. Whatever want to play Survivor? Man, there's some interesting questions on here. I'm getting married on Sunday. Congratulations. Did I enjoy Kids See Ghosts? I did. It's my first Cuddy album. So I did enjoy that. Would you rather dye your hair red for the rest of your life or never wear red again? I mean, never wear red again. I would just substitute black for red. Would you be a furry? I don't know. I have to continue the journey to find out what a furry is before I answer that question. I ask Austin all the time to explain it to me. But I still feel a little uninformed in that department. What's positive when he has a dad recently? It's every day, man. Every day it's something fun. How do you get out of jail so man out of cake? I answer that one bite at a time. How do you manage your time so well being a content creator and father and all? Wyatt Smith 6877. That's the constant battle, which is it's not a, you're always tweaking. I think that's the best way to do it. Tweaking your schedule. Was my favorite year coaching football? Either my first or my last. The first was very memorable because we lost the state championship in 5 overtimes, and the last was very memorable because I had an idea like that was probably the last, and we won the state championship on the last play of the game. So, I mean, 2 pretty awesome games to be a small part of. You're still salty about, hey, no worries about that. Are you and Mathis ever going to create a Minecraft Let's Play? Maybe 10 years from now we'll revisit it. What team do I support in the World Cup? I don't follow any of the teams, but I know the USA didn't make it. It was my favorite part about making and streaming gaming videos. I think just being a part of the community around it, having fun with it. You know, I guess the best way to describe it, like, lights my lamp. You know, like if I didn't do it, I'd have like this creative non-outlet. You know, so I think that's the thing I most enjoy about it, those 2 things. Have I had surgery? I think mouth surgery when I was a little kid or something. Worst to best Kanye albums? I can't answer that in a quick deal, as we're trying to get as many done as possible. How do you say positive all the time? Just, it's all perspective. Is it half full or half empty? It's always half full. If you could pick the 4 most influential people on to put on your own Mount Rushmore, off the top of my dome, like without putting, like, there's a couple people like privately, or you know, people you guys wouldn't know, that I would put on there. But I'd say people you guys would know. I would put Gary Vaynerchuk. I would put Kanye. I would put the other 2. There's not a lot of like other content I consume in that regard. So I would probably put I'd put Ryan Gary up there, and the 4th one would be a question mark. What's been my most fun YT collaboration so far? I think Team Unity was a fun. I think the Gauntlet series, which is like kind of the first one that I did with Ryan and Matt. This is pretty good. Do I ever go to conventions? I would love to see in the Southeast sometimes. I do. I try to make 1 a year. I try to go to 1 PAX a year. Do you like dogs? I'm a dog person. I do enjoy dogs. Why do you spend so much on NBA card packs? Let's not talk about that. Favorite Kanye album? That's a good one. That's a tough one. They're all so good. It's like, depending on the type of mood you're in, you got an album for it. Have you ever played Beale City Athletics before? I have not. Favorite restaurant in Michigan? There's 3. There's a Chinese place in Livonia. There's a burger place in Dearborn. There's a Chinese place in Livonia called Szechuan Empire. There's a burger place in Dearborn called Miller's. And there's a place called LA Bistro in Dearborn that has the best barbecue chicken pizza. How was my day? Day's going great. Opinions on Ye? 10 out of 10 easy. What's the purpose NLSS PUBG squad other than the original? So here's what I think would be really good. I think Bear would be really good as like an overall, you know, gunsman. I think Nick could be a really good sniper in PUBG, and I think Mathis would be a good G-hiller. A lot of these. Do you like Tarky more than Dark Souls? That's tough. I like them both. They're both highfalutin. If the game's highfalutin, I like it. Any weird interaction with a BB fan confused about gaming stuff? Not really. You know, people that are confused about it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know you do some gaming stuff, but I'm really into that. Someone said that to me, where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Are you still friends with Brittany? Yeah. I had a chance to talk with her before she went on her thing. You guys know. What's my favorite? A lot of these I answer. Am I excited for football? I am. I'm go green. I see you at the Michigan State. I'm excited. I'd be more excited if there was a college football game, but I'm excited to have football season back around again. Can we expect a 60-point game from DJ in the future? Yes. You heard it here first. How should I stay motivated to create? If you got to motivate yourself, you know, I'd say the best thing, maybe take a week or so away and come back. And if you have a burning desire to do it, then do it. If not, then maybe time to walk away. Would you say is my greatest accomplishment? I don't know. Ask me when I'm dead. Marry you. Already married. I appreciate the proposition, though. Is there any chance to do a meet and greet? I'd love to meet you one day. And it looks like you're talking to a podcast mic. I mean, I would consider maybe doing one at a PAX, but just something super casual. What is the most ridiculous fact that I know? If you put butter on a piece of bread, it always lands butter side down. What are some new tips for a father to be? Just welcome. That's all I could say. How was the transition from Big Brother becoming YouTube content creator? I can't answer that really quickly, Jackson, but I appreciate the question. That's almost like you should do a whole podcast on it. What a good idea. Do I like chicken wings? Yeah. If you're to sit down with one person from history, alive or dead, besides Kanye, well, you took my thing off the table. Is Sir Yeet gonna be tackling the rest of the Dark Souls series after Dark Souls 1? It depends on what people want to see. If there's a large contingency of people want to see that, yes, I'm 100% in. NLSS appearance soon? Yeah, normally I just need about 24 hours notice and I can make it work. But NLSS you gotta be on your P's and Q's at all times. How did you meet NL was my first impression. I met him through Mathis. My first impression, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, hey man, thanks. I watched your video about making a YouTube video. It's like, well, thanks for the 5 cents. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was excited to meet him. So I'm like, all right, I'll let that one slide. But I didn't fully get his humor at the time either. What is the biggest tent you've seen that wasn't on display? I have no clue what that means. I don't know if that's a meme. Anyone stand a chance of beating the Warriors? Yes, mark it here first. Someone's going to catch the Warriors this year. They've messed with the team chemistry too much. The Warriors are going to go down in the 2018-2019 season. You heard it here first. Will I continue playing Fortnite? Nah, not for a while. Acquiesce always. Is it Sir Yeet or Sir Yeet? And can he beat Ryan's character? Yes, he can. Hey, thanks, Matt. Is there anything you hate with the passion? Nah. There's just a few things I wouldn't say I would correct, but when someone, and I'm over it now, but when someone is driving and they change lanes or they're turning and they don't use their signal, I have a hard time understanding it, but I'm over it. I thought Swaggy C, from what I saw, was trying to make an entertaining show, so I appreciate that. When did I first acquiesce? That's a great question. I think it was a Lieutenant Dan video in the PUBG series. I think a lot of stuff stemmed from that. And you better believe with Sandhawk out, I'm trying to whip the what do you say it? You take the rugs out back, you whip them and get the dust off of them. What is that, beating the rug? What type of accent do you have? I don't have an accent. You have an accent. Does Egg Daddy text you? I mean, he's got my number. I've listened to Pablo, which I listen to next. I would listen to Dark Twisted Fantasy. What's my favorite era of Yeezys? I believe the 700s. And I like the Red Octobers. The originals. I like the original boys. Is it true if you stay in Hospi, you never have to prosper? You always prosper. Who's Jensen Ackles? I don't know who that is. Is Sir Yeet in optimal health? He's always in optimal health. What game do I miss streaming, playing the most? I think, I stream what I like to play, and there's nothing really that, the only thing is NBA 2K that I'd like to stream a little more, but it's a pretty good balance because I stream what I think people like to watch, and it also, as long as I like to play it, if that makes sense. Alright, I think there's still a ton more. How am I ever going to answer all these? What's my favorite series I've done on your YouTube channel? I'd probably play PUBG. PUBG was fun. Whatever, considering doing the MTV show, nah. I'm surprised, normally there isn't that kind of crossover. Isn't there, a bunch of people that have jumped from CBS to there? Have I ever played Breath of the Wild? I have. It looks played maybe an hour or two, but it's so deep. I'm like, I don't know if I have time to get into this. Cobra Kai was 10 out My best advice for a teacher, you're not their friend. You're there to guide them, and don't smile in the first 6 months. All right, do I think the Pistons will ever win another championship? Yes. I'd say in the next 10 to 15 years. Who would win in an IRL NLSS Battle Royale? Bear. Hey, thanks, G-Block. Would you ever bring update channels to your vlogs back to the channel? Yes, Jim, we're working on something like that right now. Favorite movie other than The Karate Kid? Give me something. I don't know. I can't come up with one. Karate Kid 2, easy. Do I think flopping kills some of the excitement in the NBA? Nah. All right, I am like I don't know how many we answered. If someone wants, if someone wants to tally them up, I'd be acquiescent in the comments. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I have no idea what that means. Will your podcast ever return? No. What's your favorite ravioli? The kind that falls on you and you trip down the stairs. Favorite astronaut? Buzz Aldrin. What made you become a teacher? Because I like coaching football. Can you tell us more about the Stan Van Gundy thumbs up theory? He's an enigma of an individual. I still talk to Brittany. Yes. Yeet. What advice would you give for BB perspective? Just have fun with it. There's some people in. Oh, alright. It's probably a good time. Parker, you can join in. Parker, you're the third member of the crew. You guys have to organize it though. How tall am I? 7'1". 2 things. Why YouTube? 2, how do you social engineer? YouTube, it just I don't know. I have fun with it. How do you social engineer? That's the thing. You can't social engineer for bad. You have to only for good. All right. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. What's your mother's maiden name? That's a good one. Yo, I just want to thank everyone. I at least want to let scroll, give you guys a shout out. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions on Instagram. We're gonna elaborate on this, and the elaboration will come, and then it'll come first, and then I'll explain it after. You'll get a chance to watch it first. When are you gonna play Life is Strange, Tracy? You get a choice: Life is Strange or Shenmue, one of the two. What's my definition of success? I think definition of success is you stay in your own lane. You know, don't look what everyone else is doing. Have something you want to do in your own mind, and don't compare it to other people right away. I hope that helps. Memphis, would you win again if me and you went head to head? I think not. I think that's a good way. Nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone taking the time to send me questions on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, go to instagram.com/DaneGheesling. I'd probably say that's the place where you can look beyond the fourth wall, look behind the curtain a little bit. Also, I'm going to start bringing a little bit more of the YouTube and Twitch stuff there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you've never been to the YouTube channel before, we post at least 2 new gaming videos a day, and some highlights from our Twitch show, which is 3 days a week at twitch.tv/DaneGheesling. So if you enjoyed it, want to check out more, this is the gateway per se. Come check it out. Either way, I appreciate you guys taking a look at the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.